Minor dispatch because I got DDoSed by somebody. It wasn't even because like for like my shit went bad. It's because I got DDoSed by somebody. So it was probably from like a salty ass old member.
You dig this crazy scene or what? How's it hanging?
Did you know the strip's all stirred up lately?
How's it hanging?
Morning.
I hope Swank's smarter than Benny.
Sleepy, welcome back. Oh, I got DDoSed. I literally got DDoSed by somebody. That's what happened. I got DDoSed. It was legitimately...
Hey.
Somebody tried to DDoS me. I got DDoSed. That is what happened. Give me a sec here. I actually have to open my stream deck against.
Hey.
It's from like a probably jilted member or whatever. I personally don't fucking give a fuck or whatever. They made me lose like what 5 minutes of a fucking stream. I'm not gonna cry about it. I don't give a fuck.
Did you
man.
know the strip's all stirred up lately?
That's my personal opinion. I don't give a fuck, man. Like whatever. My stream turned off for 5 minutes, and oh god, I had to restart. I don't give a fuck, man. Like whatever. Like
Morning. Morning.
I hope Swank's smarter than Benny.
probably. I was gonna say I just booted a member from our community because they got a timeout or whatever, and they proceeded to like unload on me on my inbox, and I just told them, I was like, dude, listen, you're a teenager, I'm an adult, I don't have time to deal with this, okay? Like, if you have some sort of if you would have apologized, I would have been like, hey, yeah, you're back in the community, but you sat there and you're like, fuck this is a fucking dead Discord server, blah 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 this, and talked a bunch of shit, and it was like, well, there you go, your chance went right there. You think I'm gonna fucking sit there and support somebody who wants to fucking throw a tantrum when they fucking get told they broke a rule? Like, holy fuck, dude. Ain't my problem, dude. Like, fucking that's your parents' problem at this point. And apparently it hasn't been their fucking problem for whatever fucking years they've been fucking around. Exactly, Joseph, that's exactly the reason why I became an 18+ streamer, man. Like, I played with so many fucking younger gamers, man, and it was like they join the community, and then they act like such little bitches when it comes about fucking, oh, well, I broke a rule here and there. You tell them about it, and these guys have such bad little authoritarian response to it, where they sit there and they lash out and they're like, oh, fuck this, you're fucking shitty, you suck, your fucking channel eats ass, and it's like, but dude, how am I supposed to want to let you back into the community if you're gonna act like that? Like, a good example of people who are good and like stay in the community there, I will say this right now, and Sleepy will get this, Sleepy and Broken Mirror, there you fucking go. These are two members that fucking know exactly they came in at a certain time. They don't cause shit. They don't fuck with people in the community or whatever. But, like, it's always these fucking people that bleed over that, like, play with fucking, like, either Meowgy or they're younger, man. And it's like, dude, that's not my fucking problem, dude. I'm not a fucking babysitter, man. Like, I have a niece and a nephew. I have 3 nieces and a nephew, man. And, like, I know exactly what it's like fucking babysitting that type of bullshit or whatever. Like, it's just... It is so not worth my time, bro. Like... But it was a DDoS attack. That's what just happened there. My net went out 6 times in a row. Someone tried to DDoS me. That's what it was. Am I worried about it? Not really. Like, whatever. I was offline for, like, less than 10 fucking minutes, man. I'm not gonna sit there and cry. I'm like, oh my god, they made my fucking account go offline for, like, this long. Like, dude. Go sit on a cactus, man. I don't give a fuck, dude. And you're absolutely right. I'm not a babysitter, bro. Like, it's exactly the fucking reason why I stopped being like an all ages streamer. That's why I started being an 18+ streamer. Because I just can't deal with that shit anymore, man. Like, even, and I will tell you this on record here, like, even because I've talked to my friend or whatever, Miyagi doesn't either, man. Like, he's doing his best, but he is very, very, very fucking tired with this bullshit. He's at the same point that I'm at, or whatever. Fucking, I was a year in, and then I said, no, I'm 18+. He's about a year back, or whatever, and he's like, bro, this shit is pissing me off. And I'm like, yeah, I know.
Hey!
People don't really respect boundaries, man.
What can I do for you today?
But yeah, I was about to say, we're going to put a merit on Sleepy there. Sleepy is a good member. Broken Mirror is a good member there. They've been grandfathered in from another community in there, and they've been awesome. The entire almost year they've been here. So, props to Sleepy and Broken Mirror, honestly. Because y'all have been great mods. Like, I've seen you in Laser's community. You've been great over there, too. And fucking, you have nothing but praise from me. So thank you so much for being mature, and just supporting creators and not creating drama for no fucking reason, man. So.
Good question.
Sleepy and Broken Mirror are honestly 2 good examples of that, man, for real.
His encrypted transmissions.
What's going on there? Good to see you. Welcome through.
I'm a PDQ-88B Securitron.
I was on for 4.5 hours, so I got my time logged or whatever. My internet went out 4 times in a row, so it was a DDoS attack here. Oh, you guys have been fine, man. You guys have been just totally chill. Like, that's all that is, just being chill, yo. Like, just, you know.
It's what Benny always called me.
It's like, hey, you posted something wrong here, then, like, fucking
so
flying off the handle. How dare you tell me I did something wrong? It's like, oh my god, dude. Like, seriously, man. I am, like, an adult, okay? I don't want to sit here and play therapist with you in the fucking inbox, okay? If you're mad about something, then just look at the fucking rules and then just deal with it that way, man. Don't bring your bad authoritarian response fucking emotional problems to me, man. Like, you know, like, just empower the community. Don't fucking sit there and just be some sort of, like, bitchy ass little troll that wants to fucking get mad whenever fucking you break the fucking rules, man. Like, it's so fucking dumb, dude.
Oh, he had some help. A lady friend of his.
We've been live for about 9 minutes here. What's going on there, Sith Lord? Welcome through.
But that's all I remember.
What am I going to do with the chip? I don't
Sure.
know yet, you know,
Benny had me
honestly.
look
I've
at
done
it
so
a
many
bunch of
playthroughs,
times.
and this is my
It's a
live
data
stream
storage
playthrough.
device,
What should I
kind
do?
of like a
Maybe I should do
holotape, but
a,
a
like
lot more
a
advanced.
vote.
As for what's on it, well, some of Mr. House's data
Because I've done the
made
Kill
it sound
House,
like
I've
the
done
chip
the
could
Legion
upgrade his
playthrough, I've done an
defenses somehow.
NCR
That's
playthrough,
just a
I've
guess,
done...
though. The chip's a proprietary format. You need
Oh, yeah,
special
for sure,
hardware
man.
to read the data on it. There are 2 locations with
Exactly,
non-standard hardware on
Joseph.
the
You know
network.
what I mean,
The
man.
Lucky 38 and
That's
an
why I
underground
give so much
facility at
merit to
Fortification
Sleepy
Hill.
and
I'd
Broken
look
Mirror.
there.
Like, they have been came in and just been such consistently good viewers. I've seen them in other people's streams, like, fucking being good mods there. Like, dude, seriously. If you ever get the privilege of having Sleepy Cat as a mod in your stream, or even just a viewer, fucking, you're lucky, man. They're very mature. Very mature. But it's exactly the reason why I fucking went to 18 plus, man.
Oh, he wanted to kill Mr. House and use the platinum chip to copy my neurocomputational
Hit House with the golf
onto
club
the
yet
Lucky
to get
38's mainframe.
the. I still need to do
That
that
will give me
actually.
control over all of Mr.
That
House's
one girl,
defenses,
welcome through.
most
Good to see you, Goblin
prominently
Monk. How
the
you doing?
Securitrons. And then I guess I just do as I'm told. I was programmed to be helpful and answer any questions I was asked. I guess nobody bothered to restrict who I answer questions for. That was probably pretty dumb, huh? Then I'd have to help you. I mean, it seems pretty obvious Benny wouldn't have wanted me to, but hey, not my fault I can't say no. Again, goal number 1 is to eliminate Mr. House and install my neurocomputational matrix on the Lucky 38's mainframe. Given how you're a new arrival, I also recommend that you get to know some of the region's tribes, so you can decide how you feel about them. By the time you finished up all of that, the Legion should be close to attacking Hoover Dam, and we'll execute the last phase of the plan. It makes me feel really
Playing
dumb
New
to
Vegas
admit
and you're
this,
stuck trying to
but
isolate
I
the
don't
virus of the
actually
Brotherhood.
know.
It's
I've never
just
been
keep on
inside the
doing
Lucky
it. Like if
38.
you want, that's how
No
you
one
get
has.
your power
Mr.
armor
House
training
is in
earlier
there, though.
on.
It's the
If
central
you
node
do
of
that
his
and get hard
entire
in there,
network.
like yeah, like just keep on doing it. Just save a thing there and keep on trying. You'll eventually get it, and if you do that, you can get your power armor training earlier. But you can't side the Brotherhood with the NCR later on if you side with the NCR. That's the only drawback of that one.
You have? Wow, that's amazing. You can murder Mr. House whenever you want. I mean, Benny was always scheming about how he was going to get into the Lucky 38, but you already took care of that. Wow. The other thing you're going to need is the platinum chip. You know, the one Benny killed a courier for over near Good Springs. I knew he was carrying a platinum chip, and I knew right where Benny should wait for him. That's why Benny put me here, to monitor Mr. House's data transmissions. They're all encrypted, of course, but I'm quite a decryptor. Did you know that Mr. House spent 812,545 caps hiring salvage teams to find the platinum chip? Just in the last year alone? Of course you didn't. Or that there were 7 couriers, but 6 of them were carrying junk. How about their exact routes and the mercenary teams that streamed
I was
them?
trying to find
I knew all that.
a old
Pretty
Half-Life
smart,
or
huh?
an old Fallout series.
I know that's not true because you still have a head. That's not funny, you getting shot in the head. I really shouldn't have taken so much pride in how I set that up, huh? I feel really bad right now. Of course you do. Sorry about that. And it's wonderful that you do. The platinum chip is the key to overriding and exploiting Mr. House's defenses. Did I just say exploiting?
That's not a very nice word. Why didn't I blow up Megaton? Because it's more accessible than Tenpenny Tower is. Like, you can fast travel to Megaton and run 3 seconds to, like, your sleep point or whatever. You get to Tenpenny Tower, you gotta run in there, go through 2 doors, and run up 3 stairs just to get to your fucking bed. That's why. It's more efficient, I guess. That's my take on it. I scared you? Yes, I did. I disappeared. Oh, I'm totally lazy. Lazy slash efficient.
Oh no, I didn't mean that. Who needs their support? The Securitrons.
Plus, what do you get
all
out of
the
it? Like
support you
what?
need.
Like an extra fucking
What I meant
place to
is,
buy anything
you
or
should
whatever?
get to know these tribes and decide which ones you like and which you don't. You know, shape the
it's just
future
a matter
of
of
Vegas.
like how you play it. You know?
Choose your neighbors. If you like a tribe, leave it alone. Or, if a tribe is nasty,
You got a doctor's
or going
place
to
right
be a
down
problem,
there. You got a
go
place to
ahead and
sell your stuff at
exterminate it.
Moira's.
It's whatever you want to do.
Efficiency
There's a
just
bunch. Some of
trumps
them
it,
you've
I
already
guess. I
met,
don't know.
like
That's
the
the
chairman,
way I
for
look at it.
instance. I think you should visit the other families
Tenpenny,
on the
it's
strip.
like you gotta
The
run it through a
Americas
bunch of
and the
fucking
White Glove
hallways to
Society,
like see
so you know what
everything that
makes
you
them
need to do.
tick.
Okay, you
And
got
there
a
are some
room in
important
Tenpenny
groups
Tower.
farther from the
Well,
strip,
you also
too.
gotta go through
Like
a
the
bunch of different
Boomers, the Great
floors just to
Khans,
get to the
and
places that you
Brotherhood
need,
of
you know?
Steel. Of course, ask away. They must be a really nasty people. I haven't heard a single good thing about them. They fire artillery on anyone
But
who
yes,
comes near
I
their settlement
disappeared
at
earlier
Nellis
because
Air
I got
Force
a
Base. Talk
DDoS,
about
actually. I
rude.
got DDoS by
If they can be
somebody.
convinced to fire those big cannons at the Legion,
Hydra
or
Cat officially
NCR,
has
though,
a hater
well,
that wants me
that'd
gone that
be neat,
long.
wouldn't
Somebody
it?
tried to DDoS me. Classic
Take
shit.
all the time
Disconnects
you
freaking
need.
5 times in a
Anything
row.
else I can help with? The cons are just... they're a dirty people. They live in tents like animals, and they're very rude.
Add me on Xbox.
They've been
I
kicked
usually
around
do
a
my
lot,
ad
but no
backs
one's
if
finished
you're
them
subbed
off.
to the channel.
Not
If you
yet,
sub to me
anyway.
over on the subscription, then I'll add you back. But I don't add people unless they're subbed.
They were one of the tribes the three
That's no
families
sign of
pushed out of
disrespect.
Vegas.
It's just if you just
A whole
support the chat
bunch
if
got
you're
killed.
here and
So they
you know
settled
like
at
you're
Bitter
through the
Springs,
thing
but
and you
they
want to get
kept
invited
things
to
so
games
obnoxious,
like
the NCR
Fall
had
Guys
to
and
kill
all
a
that
whole
shit or
bunch
whatever.
more of them. So then they settled at Red Rock Canyon.
I get that. It's
There's
Christmas.
just
It's a
no
better time to
getting rid
sub,
of
right? Like, it's only $7.99. Like,
You set the pace. Anything else I can help with? I remember that Benny used to pay a receptionist at Gamora for information. Maybe she knows something. You got it. I won't say another word about them. That's one
doesn't
down,
mean I love
four
you
to
any
go.
less, though. You know, it's just I only accept friend requests just from people that I said that's up to me. You know, that's a benefit with doing it. My first year streaming here, I was an all-age streamer, and I added everybody. And I went to the Thirsty Scholar, went and got dinner with my friends, and I had 400 invites, 400 party invites from people that I didn't know, just from like inviting everybody. So like that's why I consider it a sub benefit, because when I do community gaming, you're already added up, and like if you're online, I'll be like, okay, you come join me first. Another thing is if you're sub to me too and you're added with me, if I'm playing a game like Dying Light and there's a co-op slot, you can join me whenever you want. Doesn't even matter. You could like be like, oh, you're on? I'm sub to you. You can join me right there. You know? It's the only reason I have those barriers on there. It's not because I don't want to add anybody who comes through and supports or whatever. I've already did a fair amount of
What
vetting.
should we talk about next? Hope to see you soon.
After all these years, I mean, like, don't you think it would be worth, like, supporting, like, a creator that you like or whatever by just, you know, doing that and getting the benefit, you know? I do this full time. That's actually like a reminder. Like I do this full time. Like I actually do have to have some pushback on that or whatever. I treat my followers good too. Like I treat my community really good there too. But people who have good treatment with me and like who know me and who come through like all the fucking time or whatever and like support and like, you know, like those are the people that'll like, you know, get ads and stuff like that, you know. You can also sub over on Twitch as well too. Twitch is like we have monthly giveaways on there too. I know it's not for everybody. I know that like, you know, $7 isn't like the best for like a lot of people there. I acknowledge that, you know, or whatever, but that's just how I run things, you know. I am steadfast in my explanation there, like it's just how I do things.
How's it hanging?
For sure. It's no disrespect towards you as a person or whatever. It's just how I handle things on my streaming side, man. If I knew you like personally and you were like one of my buddies and like we like played games together, like of course you'd be like there. But it's just, you know, like I try to keep it to a point where like everybody gets benefits for what we do too, you know.
The eyes of the mighty Kaiser are upon you. He admires your accomplishments and bestows upon you the exceptional gift of his mark. Any crimes you may have perpetrated against the Legion are hereby forgiven.
Take care of yourself, man.
Kaiser will not extend this mercy a second time. My lord requires your presence at his camp at Fortification Hill. His mark will guarantee your safe conduct through our lands.
If this is a trap, I'm going to take a lot of you with me.
The mighty Kaiser has bestowed upon you his mark and guaranteed safe conduct. If he wanted you dead, you would be dead already. Seek Kaiser by way of Copperwood Cove, south of Nelson. The Cursor Cove.
Like if I'm playing a game like Streets of Rage 4 and you're online with Xbox and like you got a sub or whatever, you could be like, hey Hydra, I'm gonna join you right now. I'll be like, dude, you got that meow badge in your sub? Fucking do it, man. Do it up, bro. Alright, so we are chilling. We just got all this shit done. Let's see what we got in the library right now. GTA Online. Oh, that's right. We got the new one here. Maxed out my lock-in, made bank in the casino. Same here, man. That's usually what I do. I'll grab the Naughty Nightwear and I'll get like luck times 9 and I'll just hit the slots and I'll just save it over and over again or whatever. It's a great way to make some cash, man. I was trying to find a goddamn freaking a Fallout series that you guys like you would have loved, but it's just so fucking dumb. It just I can't find it, man. Like, it's pissed off. Like, intercepted the ball without even looking, paying attention. You're good, man. You are good, my friend.
After it was a sure thing that America could wipe out a city with just one bomb, a scientist turned to Father and said, "Science has now known sin." And do you know what Father said?
Let's get ready for
said,
Fallout coming out on the
"What
17th there,
is
guys.
sin?"
Also, Lanny, thank you for the heart. Me appreciate that.
The discovery of the atomic bomb in the 1940s has given humanity a question the Fallout series has strived to answer. If ever there would come a day when mankind possessed
Also, rest
the
in
capacity
peace, the
to
guy who does
destroy
this
himself,
voice. He
what would
passed
come of
away
us?
2 years
Some
ago.
predict that this is where our story will end. Yet what if it was only another bloody chapter of human history? You've experienced the Fallout series in your own way, but want to learn more about its story. Well, to get to the heart of the story, you have to go back to the beginning. Change comes to all nations. In the early 20th century, the great powers of the old world thought that their rule would never end. The Tsars of Russia met their downfall at the hands of a bloody revolution. Western Europe fought a great war against fascists who sought to build a Reich that would last 1,000 years. It crumbled in less than a decade. The Japanese believed their imperial rule was eternal, yet they were the first to have their pride seared away by atomic fire. The United States of America emerged as the world's great power by the 1950s. Vast nuclear arsenals ensured that open warfare was a thing of the past, and soon after, America entered a Cold War with their enemies. It was a long, uneasy peace, a perpetual status quo as though the world were freeze-dried and sealed in a vault for a century. Those wandering the wasteland today might find it hard to believe that only 200 years ago, the richest nation in the world existed here. No death claws, no super mutants, no ghouls. Most folk back then didn't have to fight for survival or scavenge supplies. Factories produced everything a person could want by the millions. Walking into a store with a stack of paper money, they could buy as much food, ammo, or clothing as they could carry. In fact, the biggest problem people faced was finding a place to keep it all. Highways stretched 3,000 miles from coast to coast, with roadside diners selling fresh burgers made from something the old world called a cow. Riding in gas-guzzling Chrysler cars and drinking ice-cold soda pop, the Americans enjoyed their prosperity for generations, secure in their belief that their way of life would never alter, that they would never be forced to evolve. Change came slowly at first, and it was welcomed. People weren't satisfied just having a house where fresh water came right out of a pipe in the wall. No, they wanted more. Always more. They wanted robots to do their work for them, and they needed electronic computers to do their thinking for them. Companies like Robco filled the demand for domestic robots so that citizens didn't have to lift a finger. A robotic Mr. Handy could walk the dog, do the laundry, and watch over the kids too, leaving mom and dad free to spend an evening on the town, or to watch the latest show on the old Radiation King television set. Of course, all these newfangled technological wonders needed power to run. Gasoline had been plentiful for over 100 years, but the Earth had started to run dry by the middle of the 21st century. More and more of the power came from atomic energy, and thanks to companies like General Atomics, there were atoms to spare for decades to come. Cities lit up, robots kept on humming, and computer monitors kept glowing. Some factories even started turning out atomic-powered cars with fuel cells that still have some juice in them today. So don't go using those rusted old Corvegas for target practice. Factories churned out toys for the kids, teddy bears, tricycles, and comic books by the ton. Dad could mix his rum with a bottle of Nuka-Cola, and Mom had new spring fashions every year. Shelves were filled with snack cakes, canned meats, and sugar-coated cereals. All of it pumped full of preservatives so that it would stay fresh forever, and Mom wouldn't have to take so many trips to the grocery store. When it came to consumption, the Americans were the best. Yet, even with the increased use of atomics, there wasn't enough energy for the billions of people across the world. Oil was more precious than ever, and the petroleum-rich countries of the Middle East sold their dwindling supplies at ever higher prices. Eventually, the wells ran dry in most of the world. The uranium mines were scraped clean, but no one wanted to give up their shiny new technology. Change had come, and with it, war. The Middle East could have used their limited uranium stock to power reactors for a few decades, but instead, they squandered it on weapons to settle old scores. The European Commonwealth had been proud of how they had joined together in one glorious unified state, but it didn't take long before they turned on each other, scrambling for the last drops of oil within their borders. Alaska, with its abundance of natural resources, remained the source of America's power, and the only place on Earth where oil still flowed. The far-off territory was a tempting target for a desperate China. The Americans foresaw invasion and fortified Alaska, but nothing could deter China from capturing Anchorage. With the two remaining superpowers at war, Canada was trapped in the middle and soon annexed by their neighbors to the south. Allegedly, this was so that the entire continent could be one continuous nation allied against the Chinese invaders. But Canadians viewed it as a ruthless bid for America to retain control of the world's remaining oil supply. The resource wars had come to American soil. In a resource war, the winner will always be the side that fights most efficiently. China used the greatest minds of the East to create stealth technology that allowed their recon teams to infiltrate and assassinate while remaining completely undetected, taking down high-value targets with a single shot. America had its own brand of eccentric genius. With the power of the atom at hand, unbridled American engineers created scientific marvels the rest of the world couldn't have imagined. The glut of consumer electronics that had flooded American stores were only the beginning of the wonders created by the likes of Robco and Poseidon Energy, whose true focus was the development of new weapons that could replace the inefficient tools of warfare used in past decades. Combat robots, energy weapons, and cybernetics entered the war as America sought to retake Anchorage. Battles were fought by daring men who fire nuclear warheads from shoulder-mounted crossbows. Cyber dogs with the brain of a loyal hound encased in an unyielding titanium
What's my
body.
build?
Even
Mine
robot
right now,
butlers hovered across
usually
battlefields,
focus on
armed
like
with
my
plasma guns
weapons.
and flamethrowers.
Weapons,
There was even
repair,
a plan to engineer a new
lockpick,
breed
and
of mutant
science
super
when it
soldiers,
comes to,
but it was the
New
creation
Vegas.
of power armor that ensured
3,
American
I would
victory.
probably say
Power armor
small
combined
weapons,
the mobility of an infantry soldier with the
repair,
resilience of a tank and the
lockpick,
firepower of an entire
and,
squad, fueled by
explosives.
microfusion cells. These elite
My build
troops
is
could
usually
inflict
focused
crippling
towards
strikes
that
on
with a
Chinese
good
military
combination of perks
assets,
and everything.
using a
Tiana,
fraction of
welcome
the
back.
resources of conventional military units. Early models of power armor were devastating enough, but after a decade of refinement, the T-51B power armor represented the height of pre-war combat technology. With the aid of these perfected armored suits, America quickly liberated their territory from the Chinese. In the modern day, the T-51B has become a symbol of the Brotherhood of Steel, but centuries ago, it was the final majestic icon of American exceptionalism. By autumn of 2077, the overt conflicts in the Pacific were finished, and most Americans were so tired after a decade of war that they genuinely believed peace had arrived. The paranoid, or perhaps just perceptive, began stocking their bomb shelters, knowing that China would not simply slink away across the ocean in defeat. A final confrontation was coming. In an effort to preserve at least part of humanity from the inevitable end that approached, a secret enclave of America's elite set about ensuring survival at all costs. Victory? Rebuilding? No longer viable options. Their full intent is lost to history, but documented plans include taking refuge within a mountain or an oil rig, and even launching a ship into space to find a new planet to colonize. The modern enclave claimed to be the descendants of that last group of America's elite. That might be true, although many residents of the wasteland would argue that it takes more than a flag and a squadron of vertibirds to be a government of the people. Regardless of whether or not the enclave's claims are true, the majority of America's population did not have access to offshore bases or secret mountaintop fortresses. Fortunately for 100,000 of them, the Vault Tech Corporation provided access to radiation-proof shelters that could each keep about 1,000 people safe while waiting for conditions on the surface to calm down. Nowhere near enough to save everyone, but it offered hope and kept the public from panicking. On October 23, 2077, alarms rang across the United States, signaling an attack. There had been plenty of false alarms and training drills
usually
over
try
the
to
years,
focus on
and it
small
isn't hard to
guns
imagine
or whatever.
war-weary citizens
And then, like,
shrugging
maybe
their
melee
shoulders and
even.
going on with their day, unaware that this was really the apocalypse they had feared. Perhaps people laughed when they saw their neighbors racing to Vault Tech facilities. The lucky and privileged few who had been assigned a place within one of the vaults might have felt silly when the massive doors rolled shut, but they were among the tiny fraction of humanity that could still feel anything at all when the bombs landed. Historians still don't know much about what happened outside the vaults that day. People weren't concerned with writing in their journals. Hard as it is to believe, there are still ways to hear first-hand accounts of the pre-war times. The sources aren't exactly reliable, though. A few rotten old ghouls claim to have been alive back then. Most of them are just telling tales, hoping to get someone to talk with them for a while. There are a few scientists who managed to preserve their brains in jars before the war, too. Some of those old brains are still alive today and might be able to
Wasteland
discuss
3?
the old days,
I have not,
assuming
honestly.
that any of them are still sane after being a disembodied brain for 2 centuries. The right medical equipment has
Oh,
kept at
Big
least one
NT.
person alive since before the war. Trouble is, a man with that kind of will to live isn't going to take chances by chatting with strangers. Knowing how people lived before the war can help the Wasteland tremendously. Scavengers and research teams dig up all sorts of things that can't be identified. Any rusty old box could hold an ancient secret to providing clean water or fresh food or limitless electricity to the wasteland. At the very least, the modern world
I
could
played
learn
the
from
original
the mistakes
Wasteland,
of the
but I have not
past.
played
The
Wasteland
Americans
3.
never truly believed that their way of life could come to such an abrupt end. But change comes to all nations,
basically
to
like,
all people, all ways of
a
life.
take on the
only
old
constant
Fallout,
in man's
right?
struggle for survival is war. Because war never changes.
And it fucks me up because, like, seriously, man.
The discovery of the atomic bomb in the 1940s has given humanity a question the Fallout series has strived to answer. If ever there would come a day when mankind possessed the capacity to destroy himself, what would come of us? Some predict that this is where our story will end. Yet what if it was only another bloody chapter of human history? You've experienced the Fallout series in your own way, but want to learn more about its story. Well, to get to the heart of the story, you have to go back to the beginning.
This presentation brought to you by Vault-Tec. Here's what you need to know about leaving the vault. Be sure to remember these basic rules. Rule number 1, line up in an orderly fashion. Rule number 2, use protective eyewear. Years of living in the vault can make the eyes sensitive to natural sunlight. Without protective eyewear, extreme eye damage could result. Once outside the vault, be prepared to live life anew with help from the Garden of Eden Creation Kit, or GEC. Use the GEC to create the new world you've been waiting for. Results may vary.
Tamriel.
Mr. Fabulous, welcome through.
On October 23rd, 2077, the nightmares became all too real when the Great War commenced. Blinding light ignited the sky, and people ducked and took cover as they had been taught, cowering under whatever they could, hoping that if they kept their eyes closed and remained still, that the merciless flames would pass them by. They hid beneath desks at school, under cars on the street, and behind desks at work. Perhaps a few were in their beds when the flash appeared on the horizon, and perhaps they drew their blankets over their head like children, hoping that the searing pain was just a bad dream. The ballyhooed tactic of duck and cover proved ineffective against armies that no longer cared about winning. Mutually self-assured destruction was the goal, and the American and Chinese exceeded it in spades. Hundreds of millions of people lost their lives within minutes, and billions more died over the days to come as radioactive fallout settled over entire continents. The fallout muddied the oceans, clouded the sky, and sunk deep into the soil. Those who happened to be in the right place at the moment the bombs fell managed to survive. These lucky few formed the primitive tribal societies that struggled for survival in the years immediately following the war. Hidden from those tribal bands were another group of survivors, those who had been selected for Project Safehouse. 100,000 people fortunate enough to have been offered shelter inside impregnable survival shelters called vaults, created by the Vault-Tec Corporation. The first vaults opened again a few years after the war, and their inhabitants slowly spread throughout the wasteland. By now, tales of the vaults have spread from coast to coast, although not many people alive today have actually been inside one. At the height of pre-war civilization, the government and a few powerful corporations knew that an apocalypse was brewing, so they used their finest technology to create vast subterranean bunkers that could withstand a nuclear blast, a meteor impact, global flooding, or other likely disasters. The general public wasn't entirely convinced that their end was nigh. Otherwise, there would have been a greater demand for vaults. When the war started, there were only about 100 of them scattered across America, and many held less than 1,000 people they were intended to hold. Those who were smart enough or lucky enough to be inside one when the end came were protected from the devastation by airtight steel doors, thick walls of concrete, and over 200 feet of soil. The fine engineers at Vault-Tec designed their bunkers to run independently for 10 years and even more.
I'm trying to find this
Geothermal
fucking
power,
Fallout series
hydroponic
for
farms
you
for
guys
growing
to watch
food,
with me.
and a water purification
And I can't
system
find
so
it.
efficient
I
Vault
honestly
residents
can't.
could fool themselves into thinking they weren't drinking their own urine. The designers made the vaults as homey as possible despite the steel-clad walls. The cafeterias were designed to look a little like roadside diners, and vault dwellers could close their eyes and imagine that they were eating a plate of Blamco mac and cheese. Shiny new medical robots tended to those who suffered from mundane illnesses and injuries, while on the surface world, billions died from radiation sickness, burns, starvation, and violence. Housing wasn't as spacious as on the surface, but there was plenty of room for several hundred people, and the vaults that held a few thousand or more could work out fair ways to share their bunks for a while. Each vault was run by a leader called the Overseer, who ran the underground community from a command center deep inside the complex. The Overseers were usually selected for their exceptional leadership skills. The vaults were comfortable enough, but after 10 years the radiation had gone down in most parts of the country, and the vault dwellers expected to head back up into the sunlight and begin rebuilding their flawed societies. Vault-Tec had prepared them for anything that might await on the surface. The vaults had all the research material that they would need to rebuild America, including the entire Library of Congress on holodisk, plus 101 recipes on how to cook rats. Those who have walked the wasteland know that the world isn't a kind place. Sometimes people think of the pre-war days as a golden age, a time when people were better to each other. But there wouldn't have been an apocalypse if that were true. No, people were cruel and callous to each other even back then, and the folks who ran Vault-Tec were no exception. We've all heard of Vault City, a paradise built by the people who emerged from Vault 8 using a pre-war device called the Garden of Eden Creation Kit. They represent what the world could have been like if only Project Safehouse had been on the up and up. Unfortunately, Vault-Tec had some ulterior motives, and vaults like Vault 8 were rare. The poor fools who weathered the fallout in Vault-Tec's nuclear shelters were the control groups in horrible experiments. Keep people nice and safe for 10 years, then open up and build a new Garden of Eden? That happened a few times out of 100 vaults. Most vaults were designed to deliberately malfunction as part of an experiment to see just how far the human mind could be pushed before it snapped. Unbeknownst to the vault dwellers, Vault-Tec and some elite factions of the government had their own shelters far away from the public vaults. These elite wanted to learn how to rebuild society by observing the inhabitants of the defective
for the life
vaults.
of me find this
Some of
series.
the vaults were
I've been
designed
looking
so
for
that
this
their
for the
inhabitants
last
would
like
be
half an
trapped in
hour.
isolation
I've
for
been
generations.
quiet because I'm trying to
Think
find
10
this
years
fucking,
locked in a vault is a rough
this
trip?
series
Try 80 or 200.
that was made on
There
fucking
could even
YouTube
be people
using
still
this,
sealed inside hidden vaults that haven't opened yet. Other vaults had
using this fucking
experiments that
engine
only
or
a
whatever.
lunatic could
And I'm
conceive.
trying to find what the fuck it is,
1,000
and
men
it's not
with
there
only
anymore.
one woman. 1,000 women with just one man. Or even one man trapped all alone in his own vault with nothing but a crate of puppets for company. One vault even seemed like it was designed as a personal playground for a sadistic Vault-Tec employee who just wanted some poor souls to suffer forever in a virtual reality where he was a god in a world of his own making. You might be wondering if the vault dwellers ever figured out what was happening to them. Did any of them learn that their lives meant nothing to Vault-Tec, that they had become no more than lab rats in a mad experiment? Maybe the inhabitants thought that their problems were accidental supply errors, or maybe they realized what had happened and cursed Vault-Tec with their dying breaths. Who knows if these experiments turned up any useful information for the sons of horrors who devised them, but all the suffering wasn't for nothing. Many vaults did open, even if later than expected. Some of the people who emerged went on to do great things for the wasteland. Parts of what used to be the capital of this land even has fresh water thanks to some helpful vault dwellers and technology scavenged from the old vaults. Looters hoping to uncover riches and pre-war supplies should be wary of the vaults, though. Project Safehouse has brought some troubles to the wasteland, too. The super mutants, for instance, are connected to the corporation behind the vaults. Just remember, Wanderer, It isn't worth getting killed by mutants just because you heard about a stash of fancy lad snack cakes inside some old vault's pantry. There's a whole city of ghouls who came from one of the vaults. Sometimes you'll meet a ghoul who claims to have been alive back before the bombs fell. Don't pay them no mind, unless they're wearing a Vault 12 jumpsuit.
Okay, hold on a
That
sec.
vault, the door never sealed up all the way. Maybe it malfunctioned, or maybe it was more of Vault Tech's shenanigans. But the people inside got just the right dose of radiation to turn into the very first ghouls.
Oh, whatever.
The idea of a piece of the old world sealed fresh is just too romantic an idea for some people to resist. Of course, most wanderers have the sense to stay away from the vaults. If you really can't help yourself, though, there's a city called New Vegas where people can get a look at the inside of a real live vault without having to worry about mutants, ghouls, or old security bots. Right in the middle of the New Vegas Strip is an old vault.
Even then, I knew it was a mistake leaving him alive. I understood
Yeah, it's not
that.
even there. You can't even fucking find any of this bullshit anymore. They used to have a really, really good fucking... machinima or whatever. There we go. This is at least I could show you this one, man. There we go. I kind of found it or whatever. Here. This is someone who took like the idea and fucking made it like a thing. God, I'm so sick of searching this shit right now. Seriously.
There's no other way. The Institute has to be stopped.
Let's light 'em up.
I'll see you in hell. I close my eyes. I see my life before all of this. Before the bombs. Everything can change in an instant, and the future you plan for yourself shifts, whether or not you're ready. At some point, it happens to all of us. This wasn't the world I wanted, but it was the one I found myself in. The Commonwealth. My home. Ripped apart and put back together. I hoped I could find my family, cheat time, make us whole again. The way we were. But now I know. I know I can't go back. I know the world has changed. That the road ahead will be hard. This time, I'm ready. Because I know war. War never changes.
It's honestly the only one I can find. It's cool, but like it's not as cool as the one that I was trying to point out earlier.
I'll be damned.
What's the matter? Oh.
Good to see you, General.
Hey there, pal.
Excellent.
Sir?
Not much for conversation today, are you?
Come on, Nikki.
Strong like this place.
Well, look who it is.
Excuse me, General. Do you have a minute?
Sure.
Okay.
Let's head in. See you around,
My
Hancock.
guys.
Shout if you need me.
My baby boy.
Oh boy.
The old castle is starting to shape up, eh?
Yeah, I like it.
Glad to hear it, General.
Here you go.
Thanks.
So, I'm listening.
Years from now, people are gonna look back and they're gonna remember us. The Institute kept the Commonwealth divided for centuries. For everything you've done, thank you.
I'm not sure I made anything better.
You did the right thing, General. I know you'll realize that one day.
Believe me, it wasn't easy.
Heretic.
I'm so sorry. I wish that things were different. This isn't some fairy tale, Father. I'm dying. And you're going to destroy everything I've ever loved.
What do you mean I'm not your son?
You're not Sean! You're not Sean! You're a robot. Made to think you're real.
Lately, it's really starting to feel like I don't even recognize you anymore.
This is who I am now. You need to get used to it.
Damn it, Blue.
Shit.
Sir!
Codsworth? What's wrong?
Sir, a word.
Can we talk later?
I must insist.
All right. I'll be there in a minute.
My guys.
Right this way, please.
Why? What's going on?
My God.
Please, sir, it would only be a moment.
Okay.
Follow me.
To see a super mutant up so close, it is amazing.
Yes, I know. Strong agree.
How's it going?
Could be worse. Could be better.
Miss me?
Nope.
Of course you did.
That who I think it is?
Well, well, well.
What are you doing out here?
We deserve to enjoy our victory.
Oh, yeah.
About time we take a break.
I don't have a problem with that.
All right, people. You heard the General.
Nice. Time to get drunk.
And the future looks a little brighter.
Human good leader. Strong follow human for long time.
Thanks, big guy. That means a lot.
Now, what can I get you?
I would like a rum and Nuka-Cola.
Excellent. Here you are.
Thanks.
My pleasure.
This is my favorite robot ever.
How have you been?
Well, things aren't bad.
Nice.
Cap for your thoughts?
I lost someone. Very important to me.
Blue.
You're all I have. The only good thing left.
That means a lot coming from you.
Cheers.
Bottoms up.
I really wish I could have found what I was talking
I
about for
really
you guys.
needed
I
that.
literally could
This
not.
is a good start.
You're right.
I found the Soul Survivor though.
have some
I
peace
mean,
for a
this is
change.
what I was talking about afterwards. Like,
Here, we will rebuild the future. Evolution is coming, and anyone who opposes us will be destroyed. This time,
No one will stop us, Father.
It was so good. But at that point here, guys, I've been about like 5 fucking hours. You know what? I'm not gonna freaking choke myself out. I'm also gonna just chill out and finish off my night for what it is. Thank you so much for your support. And be sure to support Hydra Cat, guys. Check out my link tree in the bio. Check out my TikToks. Watch them all the way through. Watch them through. Drop a like, a comment, and a favorite. And we'll see you on the next one here, guys. Love y'all. We'll see you on the next one.